What's going on, fam? Welcome to the studio. I'm Chris, and this is part 3 of our songwriting series. If you've been keeping up with the series, you know that we have come up with a song with the acoustic guitar, and we tracked drums for that song, and now we're into the guitar tracking part. First thing I did was I played all these guitars with the recorded drum track. I'm trying to find out which guitars I'm going to use when all the other instruments are being played. So what we did was we recorded all these different guitars, just DI tracks, and listened to see how they set in the mix. So in our DAW, I'm going to play the track and I'm going to solo out each guitar. I would suggest taking notes. What up? In the studio. I was just gonna call and let y'all know that both my kids have the sniffles. Now, since I have all these guitars tracked and overlapping, I also started layering them and seeing what guitars sound good together. Now that I kind of ran through the guitars and I know which ones I'm going to be using, I'm going to be recording them with a DI. Now, the sequence I'm doing all this and the methods I'm using isn't the way that you have to do this. This is just the way that I'm doing it, and it's probably not even the right way to do it. But it's the easiest way for me since I have kids and it's hard to record through a tube amp all the time. So I DI the guitars that I like for the certain parts, and then I'm going to be reamping them into an amp on a day that I don't have to worry about disturbing the kids or my neighbors. One of the reasons I like to reamp also, not only because of the kids, is because I'm usually in the studio by myself, so moving the mic around is a lot easier when you have a playback going through your amp. So I don't have to be playing and trying to adjust the mic. So this just works for me, not the way you have to do it. You can just go direct into amp and mic and try out different guitars and different things. This is just the simplest way for me to do it. Tune between all takes and check tuning. And I would use the same tuner for all the guitars and for bass tracks as well when we get to that point. The reason is that tuners are calibrated. Tuners can be calibrated a little differently. There might be little subtle changes between tuners, so I would suggest using the same tuner. All the guitar and bass guitar recording on that song. Alright, so now we've tracked all of our stuff in there, all the guitar DIs. Now we're reamping. So this reamp box is a line coming from the output of the interface straight into our guitar amplifier. It really works, I promise. So what we do is take the track's output, go straight into the guitar amp. So when we hit a playback, it's coming out of our amp, our amplifier. I'm gonna put on some isolation headphones and move the mic around, find my sweet spots. I also try out different amplifiers. Alright, so what we ended up deciding is we like it a little off-center from the cap or the dust cone. Gets rid of a lot of that harsh high end, and we're using the Val King tube amp on the Gibson. So I have 3 other guitars and dirty guitars to go through. So this is gonna be a process, and I'm tired, but it's all fun, right? I also use a vocal ISO to kind of isolate it, and then I'll throw a mover's blanket over it. So I said got my mics in a great place, a place that I like, and I'm going through the preamps. So just like the Golden Age, the DBX, and the MPA and the HHB radius. I tracked with all preamps and I did a playback and listened and found the best one for the mix. I still have a lot more guitars to go through. I still have all the high gain tracks to go through. So I'm not gonna finish it all tonight. I'm gonna pick it back up tomorrow, but I'm making notes and then we'll start doing the final tracking. Hey Lucy, is it loud? So the whole house sounds like a big guitar when I record. What does that look for? So we're tracking guitars. I really need a studio, like a real studio, not like my house. Okay, it's finished. No more having to worry about the loud noise. The picture? Oh, they're heavy. You can't see inside there.
Do it, chip it?
Don't touch it. Why do you want to touch it? part 3. Finally got it done recording. The reason it takes so long is because it's hard to record live guitars and live drums in this house. But hope you enjoyed the video. We still have bass guitar, vocal tracks to lay down, so stay tuned for upcoming videos. Like always, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy content like this, and like and leave a comment. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see. My light bulb busted, so I got this weird off-white thing going on right now. I'm working it. I'm working the off-white. Oh well.